One fine morning, you just reached your desk, coffee in your hand, laptop open, and suddenly you get a task. Hey, can you give access to the production database to the client or to one of the developers? Now your brain gives you the fastest solution. Make the database public, restrict the IP, done. But that shortcut can become a production mistake because even with restricted access, your database is still exposed to the internet layer. And one wrong security rule can expose something you never wanted to expose. So today, let's solve this properly. We will create a private RDS database and access it through a Bastion server. The idea is simple. Your database stays inside a private subnet. It does not get public access. It cannot be accessed directly from outside. Then we create one EC2 instance in a public subnet. That EC2 instance is called a Bastion host or a jump server. The word Bastion means a strong defensive point, like a guarded entry gate. In cloud infrastructure, a Bastion server is a controlled entry point used to access private resources. So the flow becomes very simple. Your laptop connects to the Bastion connects to the private database, but the database itself is never public. Now let's create this practically. First, go to AWS RDS, create a MySQL database, choose the MySQL engine, select the instance size based on your use case. For this demo, we can keep it small. Now comes the important part. In connectivity, select your VPC and make sure public access is disabled. This is the main point. The database should not be publicly accessible. It should live inside private subnets. Now create or select a security group for the database. Do not allow MySQL access from everyone. Do not open the database to the public internet. For now, keep the database restricted. Later, we will allow access only from our Bastion server. Once the RDS is created, copy the database endpoint. But remember, even if you have the database endpoint, you still cannot connect to it directly from your laptop because the database is private, and that is exactly what we want. Now create an EC2 instance. This instance will be our Bastion host. Select the same VPC as the RDS database, but this time place the EC2 instance in a public subnet. Enable public access for the EC2 instance, attach your key pair, and create a security group for this Bastion server. Now listen carefully. For the Bastion security group, allow SSH access only from your trusted IP. For example, your office IP, your home IP, or your VPN IP, not from everywhere. Because this server is the entry gate. And if the gate is open for everyone, the whole security idea becomes weak. So for the Bastion, allow SSH access only from trusted users. Now go to the database security group, add one inbound rule. Allow MySQL access only from the Bastion security group, not from your laptop, not from the public internet, only from the Bastion security group. This means only the Bastion server can talk to the database. Now our architecture is ready. The database is private, the Bastion is public but restricted, and the database only trusts the Bastion. Now from your local machine, create an SSH tunnel. This command says, take one local port from my laptop, connect it to the private database through the Bastion server. We will use local port 3347. The database port will stay MySQL port. The middle server will be our Bastion server. Now open your database client. For host, use localhost. For port, use 3347. Enter your database username and password. And now you are connected to your private RDS database without making the database public. That is the power of a Bastion setup. That's it for today. We'll meet in the next video.